Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pick Up Play, and this is April's episode of the 52 games in a year completed games challenge. I still don't have a name for it, a coherent name for it. Yeah, so as is now the norm, this is a bit late, and I don't think I'll get it edited and uploaded for the start of the month. So I'm recording this. It is 10 to 1 in the morning. This is a second attempt at capturing it. So I rambled on. It ended up being like 40 minutes long. I'm going to try and be more focused. I'm not caffeinated enough. This is my lowest caffeine point of the day. To focus, last month was a bit of a disaster in the. When I say last month, I mean March. In the, I think I only got 3 games done. Resident Evil Requiem, which I did beat twice. Scritchy Scratchy, which was a clicker that took a while, and when I did beat it, I was working from home and I just had it on the PC while I was on the works laptop, and would occasionally just have to click with the mouse to charge the fan on it. There's a video on the channel, go give it a watch. I quite enjoyed it. There's a patch with more stuff added. I'm never going to go back to it. I've done it. I'm never going to go back to it. And then a game called Tori Saturn, which was really short, and I feel a bit. I didn't realise it was as short, and like it was like honestly, I think I got told it was like an hour or so, and it took me like 20 minutes. It was really 40 minutes in total or something. So I was like, oh, I'll just capture this, and then I ended up playing the whole thing, and it took no time at all. I'm supposed to go back and redo stuff, and there's hidden things, and I don't think I will. The thing that took the time up was Dragon Quest III HD 2D, which took hours and hours and hours. And I'd been told I was quite close to the end, and I now understand why they thought I was. But I very much wasn't, because I think I was like 12 hours in, and I ended up beating it at like 85 hours or something like that. So I was when I'd originally picked it up again. I was in this pyramid area, and underneath the pyramid is this area where you can't use magic, so you can't heal unless you use items. And at the time, I didn't have a lot of health items, sorry, healing items, and I didn't have any money, so I couldn't stock up on them. Whereas by the end of the game, you've got items that will just heal you, like in battle and things like that. I've got a couple of wands that I can use as items and stuff. Yeah, so that's good. But there is a bit towards the end which has that as well. So I suppose to start with that, I finished Dragon Quest III HD 2D and have middling feelings on it, I suppose. I really like the Dragon Quest games, and maybe it's not helped that I stopped playing Dragon Quest 7, which I was really enjoying, to play this. And I've just found it hard work, and maybe I had a bad team. Maybe I wasn't playing it quote unquote correctly because I never changed jobs on it. Don't like doing that really, but yeah, I've never been a fan of the early Final Fantasies with the job changing and all that sort of stuff. So the footage is taken from it's actually the last dungeon in the game, so spoilers in that regard. But I'm not going to show anything too meaningful. It's just fights, and you maybe won't see. Maybe there's a couple of bits where you'll see. You don't see it happen, but as you get towards the end of the game, there was various bits where I just hit walls, and one of them was the last time I talked about it, I think, and it was where I used the footage from. Then I had a brief spell where the game sort of became easier, but I needed to use a guide, and yeah, basically I just never looked away from the guide really after that. I had to do things in precisely, not necessarily the right order, but there's so many little things you need to do, and I don't think the game tells you it very well. Yeah, to get things to happen, and yeah, it's just a bit. You need a guide for that game, I think, and that took a bit of the gloss off. And then this sort of, as you get towards the end, there's enemies that can cast. I forget the name of the spell, but it's essentially it's an instant kill spell, and it sometimes just hits one of you, and then other times there'll be people who can do it across entire parties and your entire party. And I was getting hit by it a lot, and just getting wiped out, or everyone was getting put to sleep and stuff like that, just or paralysed, and what would then happen is I'd end up getting wiped out, and I get the option to continue from my last autosave, which it turned out was the previous fight. So I'd basically win a fight, lose a fight, go back, win the next fight, lose the next fight, so on and so on. It took me so long to get through. And then when so as is the way with these things, like the actual final boss wasn't anything like as hard as what had preceded it. But yeah, I'm glad it's done. I think I've said this before that I haven't finished 7, so I might try and get that done this year. There's a lot of Dragon Quest to play, but the only other one that I'm not sure I haven't beat that I could because it was released over here, so 10 wasn't released over here, is Dragon Quest 6. And I've a feeling I might have beaten it and just didn't particularly enjoy it, and it's gone out of my head. But yeah, I have the DS version, so I'll boot that up and see if I ever did. If not, if I didn't beat it, then I might give it a go and try and finish that next year, possibly. And that could be my, that's all the Dragon Quest done then. So, not counting monsters and various other things, Rocket Slime and whatever. Yeah, so that was a huge game beaten. And I didn't. As bad as last month was, this month was almost worse. So I only beat 3 games last month, and this month it was only on like the 29th or something like that I actually beat Dragon Quest. So to give myself a bit of a break, I'd sometimes I'd be tired after work or whatever. I end up just sort of lay on the bed watching football or something, and I bought this like handheld. Is it Super Mega or something like that? It's the Evercade Blaze handheld thing. I showed it the other week, I think, or on last episode of this. And definitely on the first episode, because I said I was going to play it, like I was maybe going to use it on my commute or something, which I haven't done. But yeah, I started playing Sengoku 3 on that, and I haven't captured footage for anything yet, and I don't know if I can capture footage for that, because I don't think that thing has a HDMI out, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So it may just have phone footage. Maybe that's what I'll do, or maybe I'll download someone's Let's Play or something. But yeah, I have previously played a couple of the Sengoku games, and I hadn't played 3 though, and it's alright. I enjoyed it. It was, it sort of continued my way through it, and it definitely gets later on. You end up you are having to just throw credits at it a bit, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I think they're good fun games. Yeah, not a lot to say about it. And then following a similar theme, I also got this like Android handheld, which is more. I need to add more ROMs to it and stuff. It's a bit weird. I think I've mentioned it before, but it's quite complete. But it doesn't have Neo Geo games on it for some reason, and it will run them. And then you've got stuff like the Mega CD doesn't have any of the famous Mega CD games. It's got like WWF Raw, and maybe NBA Jam CD or something. But it doesn't have Shining Force CD. It doesn't have Snatcher. It doesn't have Sonic CD. It doesn't have Night Trap. It doesn't have any of the ones you've heard of. And the same with like 32X just missing stuff. Saturn, it's got like 3 Saturn games on it, like Clockwork Knight 1 and 2. Which, fine, I've not actually really spent much time on them. I own them both, but yeah, it's odd. Some of the games that are on it are just really, really weird. Anyway, yeah. But that has, I think, a USB-C out or something like that on it, so I can capture footage from that, and it's quite useful. So you'll see some footage now, but I played, I'm just going to double check the name of this, Armored Warriors, which is Powered Gear. You may know it as Powered Gear. And it's what eventually became Cyberbot, so the basis for Cyberbot. So this is a side-scrolling brawler, Capcom CP2, maybe 3, I don't know, arcade board. Cool. This was really good fun. I really liked it, and the thing that makes it a bit novel, this is early game, so it's not going to be too difficult, but enemies, when you beat them, drop limbs and weapons and stuff, and so you could switch out your guns for their guns, and you could switch out, like, there's like a drill arm that I kept picking up. Really liked that. There was like some laser thing that I picked up towards the end of the game that I really liked. So it's not the most complicated combat, but you do end up looking at like, oh, okay, I need to pick this thing up. This is really useful. Oh no, I've picked this up. I have to change how I attack enemies because it doesn't work the same way. Um, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like that a lot. Also, Cyberbots is a great game. Really, really good game. Maybe I'll play that at some point. Yeah, so next. Well, well. So this next game, essentially what happened. So like I said, I completed Dragon Quest on like the 29th or something like that, and I'd probably played the other two games. Maybe I'd played them after. I must have played them afterwards. Or maybe I started them before and just sort of went and finished them. And okay, I'm near the end. I just need to just play Dragon Quest and get it done. But I ended up completing it and having that thing on. When you beat something, you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I've completed it a little earlier in the night than I intended, so I don't know what to do now. And I thought, well, what I'll do is I've got a day tomorrow to get something else done. What if I looked at how far into Alone in the Dark I am? And I remembered being relatively close to it. I thought it was about halfway through. So I put it in and booted it up, and it turns out I was way closer to the end than I thought. And actually, where I got to, the next level I was on, I really, really enjoyed. And the game was much better looking than I remember. And I don't know if it's because I've got I got an OLED TV in between, like when I last played it. And my last TV I liked. It was an LG Nano Cell thing, 4K and all that, and it was nice. But yeah, so I don't know if it's just playing it on an OLED has helped it, but it looks way better than I remember it looking. So maybe it's just more interesting. The early parts I would have been in dark areas or in the house, whereas this, the bit I was on was like on a steamboat and stuff. It was cool. I really enjoyed that bit. And the footage that I'm showing is from what's slightly more sort of walking sim gameplay ish, but cool. And again, looked good, and I liked it. After that, you're essentially getting to the end game, and so I went to bed thinking, well, I'll just turn it on tomorrow and I'll do the last chapter. Thinking the last chapter would be a few hours or something, and it actually was that it was just the last boss. However, that last boss kicked the fuck out of me repeatedly. Actually, it wasn't the last boss so much as it's like they don't need the feedbacks. I don't know if the studio still exists or anything, but if anyone from it's watching, I enjoyed Alone in the Dark. I thought it should have done better than it did. I think people did like it. It's a decent game. It's good. It just suffered because it needed to be perfect basically, and it maybe wasn't, but it was cool. I liked it. The last boss though suffers because the game isn't about combat really, or certainly the character I played as, Jodie Comer's character, I forgot her name. And so you get to this last boss, and you can only hold so much ammo, and so you go through it quite quick. But and you can pick up more. There is enough enough ammo and enough health in the level, generally speaking. But you have to take a while to reload. You have to go and find this ammo and all that, and it just isn't. The way the boss is structured, there's a lot of like ads, I suppose, fodder enemies. Some of them are fodder, some of them like do enough damage that they'll kill you if you're not careful. Which is more, invariably that's what was killing me, and it'd be because I'd get backed into a corner and run out of ammo, or I'd be mid reload or something. I'd only have the pistol left. It was difficult to do damage to the last boss, or the boss directly. When I did sort of just focus on that and get lucky with the enemies getting stuck behind it or something, I had more luck. But yeah, glad I went back to it. Glad I finished it. Really enjoyed it. No, yeah, to a point, enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it. Last boss took the gloss off, but definitely the sections I played, I largely enjoyed. The list as it is, if we switch to it, so you can see Claudine Green are the ones that I beat. The other games I played are Talmud's Adventure on the Mega Drive, which I think was behind me on the TV last time I recorded one of these, but I hadn't actually played it. I just put it on. I should have done something else. Chris All, making progress through it. That should really, I should have beaten that by now, but because I don't want to, I've learnt the hard way over the years that if I just play and capture, I just have a nice folder full of all that sort of stuff, I'll have fucked up at some point and I won't be able to recover. I won't be able to do anything about it. So I'll have not recorded the audio, or I've accidentally deleted it or something. And I'll have moved the save on, so I won't be able to redo it. So I'll just have a missing episode or something. Not worth it. I'll just do one at a time and maybe just try and concentrate on it. But it's like play and edit, play and edit, play and edit, and I've not really got the time to edit. But anyway, whatever. And then ZPF, I backed that. There's a video on the channel of the Mega Drive version. I really like that game. ZPF is cool. It was one of my favourite games of last year. It's now out on Steam. They sent the Steam key out to people who backed it. Put that up on the channel. I have forgotten not how to play it, but some of the minutiae in it with the, like, how you activate the secrets and stuff like that. I can't remember. But I also am not particularly great at it. I've never managed to beat it. So, yeah, that's not changed. But I figured it'd be a good Steam Deck game. So, it's also a tiny, tiny download. It is just the Mega Drive ROM, so it's the same game. Yeah, so that's... Either way, I recommend it. You should buy it. It's a cool little game. I need the other way now. I need Earthian to come out on the Mega Drive, and then I'll pick that up. Although I saw something that he's come out and said maybe be prepared for it to be expensive or more expensive. It's, I think he might be waiting and trying to hope he can get it cheaper or something. But yeah, anyway, back to the list. We have, I should say, if you look, so we're starting at Space Harrier. 1, 2, 3. I should do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we got 16 games beaten, and we finished April, which is a quarter of the way through the year. So 16 times 3 is 32, 48. With 4 games, we're behind, right? I need to pick up the pace. I need to pick up the pace. Now, what I would say is Dragon Quest is fucking huge. And I beat that. Resident Evil took me ages. Nothing else took ages. Like, Bang Average Football took me a decent amount of time, but not a crazy amount of time. So, yeah, and I what I don't want to do is just fill it with stuff like Tori Saturn was really short. Sengoku and Armored Warriors are short games. I don't want that to be how I do this. Is just like, I just did these things that take 45 minutes and takes it off, and then every now and then I just beat a big proper game. But yeah, I don't feel too bad about the past couple of months, because Resident Evil I beat twice, and it took me like 30 hours the first time or something. And then, Dragon Quest was like, even if you ignore, like, 70 odd hours in a month or so is pretty good going, I think, in terms of getting, spending time on it. So, and that's what's saved. Doesn't count all the times I died. So, yeah, I don't feel too bad, but I don't want to fill it with too many short games. And the plus thing, the reason I was going to go back to the list, is Anthem, Dragon Quest, and Alone in the Dark. It's 3 of the 7 or 5 games, 5 of 7. I've said this before. There were 7 games I had. Anthem, Dragon Quest 3, Alone in the Dark, Alan Wake 2, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, and Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, that's what it's called, yes. I need to beat 5 of those 7, and we've now done 3 in April, so we're on course to maybe do all of them. 6 of them, possibly? So, yeah, we'll see, because Cyberpunk and Witcher theoretically shouldn't take that long, but the way those games are, I'll spend the entire month and do nothing else but play them. So, yeah, they're Witcher 3. Going back to that and playing a chunk of it, great. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Alan Wake 2 is just I don't know how long that game is, but it's just a length of game. And Shin Megami is going to be a bit like Dragon Quest. I'm way later into it than Dragon Quest, but I will be spending tens of hours, I think, just getting strong enough to make progress. Because the bit I was in was a bit of a chore to get through. I need to remember how to play it. So, yeah. But we're doing alright on that bit, so that's good. What's upcoming? Pragmata, definitely. I am looking forward to that. And I didn't play the demo, but everyone I know who's touched it seems to really, really like it. And Vampire Crawlers, which I don't know if that's going to be beatable, because Vampire Survivors, I got onto that fairly early, and that didn't feel completed when I got to the end. I ran out of levels, and I didn't feel like I'd beaten it because I knew there was more to come. Maybe if you play that now, you'd argue like, oh yeah, well I've done it. There is more of an ending to it, I suppose now. Anyway, Vampire Crawlers, I don't know. I don't know what state it comes. It might be complete when it launches, and but yeah, I played a little bit of the demo, and that was cool. I like that. So yeah, and then after that, I don't know. I'd quite like that Invincible game. I think there was something else, but I've forgotten. Yeah, don't know, but I think we need to do more than 3 games. I think there is a bank holiday, so I'm recording this on the bank holiday basically of it's not the 1st of May, but you know what I mean, the 1st May bank holiday, and then there's one at the end of the month. It gives me an extra day just to sit and play stuff, or maybe edit stuff, I suppose. But yeah, it'd be good to maybe get Crystal done, I suppose, finally. And yeah, we'll see after that. I don't know. I'm not optimistic about getting Crystal finished. We'll see after that what else. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long Pragmata is going to be, but if we get that done and maybe some couple of other things, we'll see. There is something that I left that was very close to the end. Yeah, I don't know, but I want to make a real dent on the next few weeks. I've got an issue with the channel, not with the channel as such, but there's some stuff gone up. I've had a sort of fairly productive. Oh, this was interesting. This came out. This was interesting. This came out. And now I've not got anything. So I need to do Crystal playthrough this, and then I think it's gonna have to be a Dreamcast roulette game. But I think it landed on like Shadow Man. I need to go and check because it's been so long since I've done it. Yeah, so I need to do a Dreamcast roulette and get that edited and stuff. I bought a bunch of stuff, some Dreamcast games and some other things. I've got some stuff from me, but I don't think you'd be too interested in seeing them. Maybe you will. Will you? I don't know. If just in case you are. Oh God, Castle of Illusion and Quackshot, the 2 games I want. Castle of Illusion is a game that I know it's not hard. I know it's not hard, but I've never been any good at it. I'm too. I think I need to. I play it too fast. I think it's a problem. I'm not careful enough in those games. I'm a Sonic kid. Oh, Puzzle Bobble Universe. I love Puzzle Bobble. You probably only need one Puzzle Bobble game, and I had the Neo Geo Pocket version, which was great. And then I'm not a fan of this really. Hometown Stories, a Harvest Moon game. You can. Oh God, it's there. Harvest Moon. I don't like these games really. I just sort of bought it for the collection because it was cheap, and yeah, I don't really have a way to capture 3DS stuff. Otherwise, I think I would. Yeah, that Android handheld plays 2D games and sorry, DS games, but I've not used it to do it yet, and I don't know to what extent because the screen's not very big. So Steam can do it, or Steam Deck can do it, I should say. So I could sort that out for emulating, but I'd rather play them on the actual hand. I know, whatever. I'd like to be able to capture 3DS games. Anyway, that's it. Let's call that an episode. So yeah, it's 1:20. Let's call that an episode. Thanks for watching. There'll be another of these next month, hopefully with some real progress made. I am pleased with, whilst the rate of games being beaten is not up to speed, and I'm a little concerned because I don't feel like I'm not confident for this month. I am pleased that we've done 3 of the 5. So even if what happens is end of the month I just start playing Witcher or something and I get those ticked off, it does mean that once I hit that 5, I can then just play whatever I want, I suppose, and it's sort of guilt free, and then maybe get the 7 done. But yeah, I think at some point Alan Wake 2 is, because it's a nice complete. I haven't started it, and it's not a crazy long game, I don't think. So yeah, we'll maybe get that done. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Have a look around the channel. There's ZPF video. There's the Chris All Let's Play. There's various other things. I'm trying to remember what's just come out. I think Shadow Gangs 0 might have been uploaded at this point, which was the Kickstarter demo. I downloaded it. I need to capture video of it, but that'll probably be up before this because I'll put that while it's new, I think. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a month.